it's Miss Wendy from Pastimes for Children. I'd like to talk to you today about some crafts that women did in the 1800s. Well, now anybody can do them. Men, women, boys, girls. The first one I would like to talk about is dried flowers or pressed flowers. It's really the same thing. You're pressing the flower, you're taking the moisture out of it. Okay, well, way back in the 1800s, they had a lot of gardens by their house. They would have spice gardens, flower gardens, vegetable gardens. So picking some flowers was not a big deal. Think back to Mary Shellman in the first Memorial Day parade. She asked the children to go to their gardens, get some flowers, meet her at Center Street and Main Street, carrying the flowers, walking up to the Westminster Cemetery, and there they put the flowers on the soldiers' graveyards, stones. It wasn't a big deal back then. Parents said, sure. Well, now we have much smaller gardens. So if you take any flowers, we'll notice it. So whatever we do today or you do later, please ask your parents first. Thanks. Okay, so you went outside and you picked a flower. How are you going to dry the flower? Well, you're going to take some paper, newspaper. You'll put the flower inside the paper, folding it like so. You will then take a piece of wood, put that on top of it, and then you'll take some heavy books and put it on top of that. Bam. So you wait 2 to 4 weeks until you get the beautiful flowers. And then what can you do with them? Oh, lots of things. Well, first of all, when people did dry flowers, sometimes they made books. I know it's backwards. Sometimes they would make books and they would put different plants or different flowers in there. And if they needed a flower or whatever, they'd go through the book and get it. But you could make flower arrangements for your house. You could make a card. And I know this is not a dried flower, but you can make a bookmark. The same kind of thing. So nowadays, they make cards. People make homemade cards using paper on paper and gluing them. Or if you think about it, dried flowers, they were the first of the homemade cards. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about are collages. Now in French, collage means gluing. So you're going to take the dried things that you took from outside, and then you're going to glue them. So besides the flowers, you could take leaves, you could even take grass, all kinds of things that you can dry for the 2 to 4 weeks. And when you're done, you can glue them on a piece of paper, and then you can frame it, because I think that looks like a nice picture, don't you? So you could give this as maybe a graduation present. Or what if it's a birthday gift or something? Maybe Mother's Day. You could take the flowers and the nature, and you can spell the first initial. Or maybe you want to spell mom, M-O, and you need another M. And then you can hang this up. A good idea. So with the collages, now they do scrapbooking. It's really the beginning. Collage was the beginning. So if you had a special event, you would take all the different things you have and you would glue it together and you would hang it up, or you would look at it, or you'd put it in a book. So now scrapbooking is sort of the same kind of thing. I'd also like to talk to you about glue. So the glue that they used back then, they would use beeswax, they would use sap from trees, and animal glue. But I think what they really used the most was flour and water. 1 part flour with 4 or 5 parts of water. And they would mix it up, and then, according to the internet, they would boil it for 3 minutes, and it became a paste. And then they would paste it on their pictures and put their nature down on them. So you can try that. Or you could do the Elmer's glue. And if you do that, it says, the internet, it says you should put a little bit of water with it because it makes it very thick when you dry. If I were you, I would experiment somewhere else and then try it on your project. Okay, so now it's up to you. I would like to see you either make a collage for a graduation present, maybe a card for a birthday present, or a card for with the initials for a birthday present. I know you were very creative, and I can't wait to see it. Hopefully you'll take a picture of it. You'll put it under this video so everybody can see what a terrific idea it is. Okay. Until next time, bye-bye.